This Frost DK combo is insane. It'll let you carry games by yourself in any bracket and play with whatever classes you want. What you've probably already seen before is gripping 2 or 3 targets together, blinding them, then having a teammate like a monk or demon hunter AoE stun them. The problem here is that this is extremely unreliable outside of higher ratings, using voice, or if you're playing with classes that can't AoE stun. If you want to set up a devastating go all by yourself, this is what you do. When standing next to an enemy, grip in another target, use your Blinding Sleet, then Remorseless Winter with the Dead of Winter PvP talent, pop your Pillar and Rune Weapon and use Frostworm's Fury with the Absolute Zero talent to make it stun. Then you Chill Streak, and then you start weaving your Frost Strikes or Howling Blast with a Rhyme proc and your Obliterates. When the Remorseless Winter stun ends, you then use Strangulate on the healer. Let's take a look at why you use your abilities in this order. Using Remorseless Winter, then Frostworm's Fury is very deliberate. Right when your Dragon stun ends, your Remorseless Winter stun will proc to keep them AoE stun locked. Strangulate is off the global cooldown, so we can use it while slamming in huge Obliterates and Chill Streak bounces. Stunning with the dragon with a 1 global gap after blinding is also a great way to catch people's trinkets. If they trinket the blind, they'll often immediately be stunned anyway. And let's take a look at the talents that bring this build together. Death's Reach for 10 more yards on grip is extremely useful for gripping in healers, and Death's Echo gives us great flexibility for setting up 3-man goes and having more options to peel as the game goes on. While we don't need to use Abomination Limb in the go, it's still useful to have. Players have been conditioned to respond to Limb, so you can often bait out important cooldowns like Discipline Priest Dome if you simply Limb, grip them in and Chains of Ice them. In the Frost Tree, the only thing I'd potentially change here is dropping Ice Cap for 1 point in Icebreaker if you're strictly doing 1 minute goes. There are other Frost DK builds out there, but if you're trying to set up your own big AoE goes, these are the talents you should go for, and I'll post a link to them in the description. Here are a few other tips, tricks, and considerations that can optimize this blender. If you're versing melee, range, healer, stand on the range to force the melee to stack on you, allowing you to grip the healer in for a 3-man blind. If you are versing 2 ranged and a healer, stand on 1, grip another in blind, Remorseless Winter, grip the 3rd, then Dragon Stun. Be sure to point your character in line with the most amount of targets when using Pillar of Frost to maximize how much mastery you get from Frostwhelp's aid. You can place a Death and Decay at your feet before gripping into the blind. This will let you cleave your first Obliterate with the Cleaving Strikes talent and also give you 5% haste with Unholy Ground. We don't usually use this later into the go because we can't really afford the global cooldown. However, there is room for this after the first Frost Strike or Howling Blast, or right after the blind, if you were given Power Infusion, and there's a good chance your enemies will stay within the Death and Decay. A useful interaction here is that the cleaved Obliterates ignore dodge or parry mechanics, so you can still blast people down through these defensives by targeting their teammate or a pet. And you're only going to have Frostworm's Fury for every second go, so on these goes the combo will change to the following: Grip, Blind, Remorseless Winter, Death and Decay, Pillar, Rune Weapon, Chill Streak, and then you start weaving Obliterates. A potential problem here is that there's a slight gap between the blind ending and the Remorseless Winter stun proccing. If you are versing classes that have good 1-button answers like Warriors that disarm you or Warlocks with their teleport, you can remove that gap by doing the following: Remorseless Winter first, then Grip, then Blind. When doing it this way, you have to be certain that the grip target is in range and won't go line of sight. If you can't grip them for whatever reason, you've wasted your Remorseless Winter and the go is basically ruined. And there we have it, a devastating AoE combo that lets you carry games by yourself instead of relying on others to make your spec function in PvP. You shouldn't always need to combo this way, as having teammates stun for you is a great way to save yourself globals, but it does give you the flexibility of always having a potent go if you need it. Thanks for watching. I'd like to upload some more Frost DK content in the future if people find it interesting. If I am playing WoW, it's usually fairly casual, messing around with real life mates. I'm not out there grinding LFG, but much like my aiming content here and on the Kovacs YouTube channel, I still look to find the most optimal ways to play. Subscribe for more content like this, and I'll catch you in the next one.